Hello. Okay, so today's a strength class. I have a couple things written down on a piece of paper because I didn't want to forget them. I'm going to use some weights and the mat, and then towards the end of the class, we're going to do a little bit of rolling out as well on the foam roller. I am going to use mostly one heavier weight. So I have an 8 on the ground waiting for me, just right there. I'm probably also going to use a 10 at some point as well. But have all your options nearby, have all your things nearby, the things that make you feel good in your body, because you never know. You might want to just use them. And as always, if you're joining me now, you can always unmute yourself and ask a question. Or if you're watching this later and you have any questions, just don't forget to follow up and ask me them. Shoot me an email or a text, okay? All right, we're going to start standing. I'm going to bring my list over here. And my weight is ready to go. Let me just grab my roller. I'm going to grab it a little bit later. Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of a warm-up first. Some of the movements that we're doing are a little bit more dynamic maybe, and you're just going to modify whenever you need to, okay? All right, so we're going to start standing. Make sure you're not going to trip over everything. I moved my mat away because I don't need to move on it right now. I'm going to wear shoes today. We're going to start just shifting the weight in our feet and feeling what it feels like to be in one foot. So I'm literally just going over to the right. I'm going to keep my knees a little bit soft. Over to the right and the left, shifting over from one foot to the other. So we can feel what it feels like to completely shift the weight, stand into that one leg, and just slightly lift the other leg. I actually can feel some of these muscles from a little bit of the kneeling side kicks we did yesterday, so that's kind of exciting. So we're just going to do a few more here just to warm up the little muscles in and around the feet, the ankles, up into the hips. See how that feels. And then we're going to add a little bit to this. Let's keep the feet wide at first, actually, and turn the toes out. And then we'll just bring the knees a little bit wide and then push right back up again. And bend the knees a little bit wide and push right back up. Knee health, the knees are going out in the direction of the toes. So if you don't want to go quite so wide, bring the angle of the toes forward a little bit and see if you can get your knees to track with your toes. Upper body is just nice and upright. And I'm just getting a sense of what it feels like to keep the knees a little bit wider. Let's do about 5 more here. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, and one more time. Good. And then come back. And now I'm going to step my feet back in again. And we're going to practice again, shifting our weight, bringing that leg back. I'm just going to step 1 foot back at a time. When I do, back leg is going to remain straight. Back leg is going to remain straight. And I'm rolling through to put the heel down. So it's like a little bit of a foot, calf, warm up as well. And we're going to add some arms to this. When you stretch the leg back, arms come forward. It doesn't have to be a huge step back, by the way. You can also go straight forward. Let's actually do some of these. I was kind of doing snow angel arms just a minute ago, and I'm going to go straight forward and back. We're going to do 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more each way. And then come all the way back in. Let's keep the feet parallel to one another. Rotate. We're going to twist to the right, shoulders down, exhale. Inhale, center, and left. and right. And left. Come back to center. Right arm down, left arm up. And then other side. Again. And other side. Come back to the center. Hands to hips. Knee up. Knee up. Okay, and again, weight shifts. Stand tall into one leg as you bring the other knee up. We'll do 8 more. Just keeping my hands on my hips. There's so many other things you could do here. You could march. If you're in a marching mood, that's probably a nice idea too. I don't know, I wanna stay here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Come back to the center. Let's warm up our hinging muscles, okay? So I'm gonna aim my toes forward. My feet are about hip distance here. Softening the knees. And yeah, I'm just gonna stay hands to hips for now. Sending the tushy back and trying to get your back in line with the floor and then coming back up. Okay, so there's a difference between a squat and a hinge. My knees are definitely soft, but I'm hinging from my hips, which means that I'm avoiding flexion of the back. I'm keeping my back as nice and long and straight as I can. I think I'm gonna let my arms be a little bit wider here, so straight out. And come back up. Noodle around for those of you with discomfort in your back. Noodle around with how far forward you go. Okay, for some of you, I know there's a range of motion, of comfort, and it's not like we always have to stay comfortable, all right? We want to teeter into the discomfort range in order to make change and to have our muscles grow. Okay, but then there's also pain versus discomfort. So if you're experiencing pain, reducing your range of motion is a wonderful idea. So maybe you're going a little bit smaller. We're just gonna do 2 more here. 2, and 1 more time. And come all the way up, and then bring the arms down. Roll your shoulders around. One of my panels is coming off the wall. Roll your shoulders around. And then go the other way. And then last but not least, a little bit of a head roll here. Loosen up the neck. Try to keep your shoulders relatively still as you roll the neck, the head around. So you're really moving into the cervical spine. Relax your jaw if you carry tension there. Like I do. 1 more. And then come back to center. Okay, we're gonna do a few exercises. Oh, I don't really need these glasses. We're gonna do a few exercises. And like I said, I'm gonna be using 1 heavier weight. In this first bit, I'm gonna grab my 8. I feel like that's a nice weight, and I'll show you what we're doing so you can decide where you are at with this. It's gonna start out almost like we were going to do a squat. I'm gonna hold the weight right at the chest, 1 gripping the sides of the weight, standing nice and tall. It's a side step and sort of like a side 1 leg squat, side lunge, and return. Let's do the leg part first. I'm going to come to my side so you can see that I'm sending my hips back and I'm keeping my knee over my foot. So if you want to practice going side to side, when you step out, it doesn't have to be a huge step out, but let's get that knee over the foot and then step back. Knee over the foot and step back. And we're gonna add, when you come to the center, extend and return. And then take your side step and then come back up again. Take your time here. Try to focus on keeping that, talking and moving, that outside leg, knee right over the foot when you step out, okay? It certainly isn't wrong for you to bring the knee forward just to go over that, but it's definitely more pressure into the knee if you even want to try it. Our knee is really designed to do, to kind of do that wrong knee forward over toes movement. But having said that, it is definitely safer for us to keep the knee and the toes aligned, okay? We're gonna do 4 more sets. 4, and 4, 3, 3, 2, and 2, 1, and 1. And then return, okay? That's the first move. Second move, I'm gonna hold on to this weight with one of my arms. Just be here for a minute, actually. Boring, standing nice and tall. Hold your weight with one of your arms. With your opposite arm, hand, hold a phantom weight, and just find that your shoulders are nice and even, and then switch the weight, all right? When we hold on with one side, if you want to just poke your this with your opposite finger, this is really the side that's working. Switch again. Suddenly now this is the side that's working, which is why I love this just using one weight. It really allows us to work in the way that we do in life, holding our bags, our kids, our dogs, our whatever, okay? So now we're gonna add this good evenness to a movement. I'm gonna turn to the side a little bit. Step forward, I have my weight in my right hand. Step forward with your left leg. We practice this. And it's like a one-arm row with the right arm. A one-arm row with the right arm. Now I'm going to switch the feet and the weight. Right foot forward, left foot back, switch the weight. Up, down. Left foot forward, right foot back, switch that weight. Up, down. I'm going to show you from the front. Switch feet and weight. Up, down. Switch feet and weight. Up, down. Switch feet and weight. Up, down. Keeping yourself stable in your upper body. Up, down. Keeping that hinge. We sort of practiced all this for our warm-up. I'm hinging forward through my upper body, and I'm switching the feet. Adjust how far forward you're leaning if your back is telling you to stand more upright. We're doing 4 more sets. And 4. And 3. And 3. And 2. And 2. And 1. And 1. And return, okay? That was kind of exciting. I'm going to continue to use my 8-pound weight. We're doing an overhead press here. Okay, so you might want to switch it out for sorry, I just want to adjust here a little bit. You can see me. For a lighter weight. March. We're going to start with both hands up. Opposite knee, opposite hand. Switch. Don't drop the weight, you guys. You've only got 10 toes. You know what I'm saying? You've only got 10 toes. Alrighty. I love these one arm opposite leg exercise, you guys. I hope it doesn't make you feel cuckoo trying to figure it out. Okay, I've been working with some clients in their cognitive struggles, and these exercises where we connect the left to the right in dynamic ways are really challenging, and I think they're really good for all of us to practice. We're doing 3 more sets here. 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay? Let's take a breath for just a minute. Why don't we hold the weight right at your pelvis? Toes a little bit wide. Stand tall. Heel lift. Lift your chest. Squeeze your booty, pull your belly in, heels up and down. Up and down. 3. Can we breathe into our waist here? Shoulders are relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. We're going to do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to do these exercises again. I'm going to try that 10. I may switch back. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to put down this weight, grab the 10, see how it goes. Who knows what's going to happen? Okay. We start like this, nice and tall. Each time you come center, with both feet center is when you push the weight up. It's a side step. You send your hips back when you come center. Out. And back. And other side. And 6. And 6. And 5. 5. And 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Okay. Transfer. I'm just doing a quick transfer practice because I want to remember what it feels like to really solidify all this kind of stuff. I'm switching back and forth. 1 more each way. And back, okay? And so I'm just going to stay facing straight ahead. This is right foot forward. It's a row and a row. Keep going. I'll show you the side view too. Energy in that back. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. And come back to the center, okay? And again, is a 10 right for this next exercise? I'm gonna see. Holding a weight here requires sturdiness through your center. A lot of people sink everywhere. So find your core, find your stability, find your foundation. The breath is where you push the weight up from, okay? Certainly doesn't have to be an exhale, but find your flow here. Four more. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Come back to center, okay? Weight right in front of the pelvis. Wide toes. Give the tush a squeeze. Heels. 2, 3. Press the pelvis forward. Belly button is in. 7. We're gonna do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay? We're going to go through these again. This time we're going to go through it all a little bit quicker. You'll go at your own pace. Okay? I'm going to keep this weight. This felt like a good fit. And side. 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Weight in the right hand. Arms are straight. We're just going to go right into it. Left foot forward, right foot back. Row and switch. Row and switch. Energy in the back. Last 2, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Come all the way back. Stand tall. Arms up. One hand, one knee. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more each way. Come back. Wide toes. Tissue squeeze, lift the chest. Lower and lift. Lots of energy through the legs. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to come all the way down, okay? Exciting. I'm going to bring my mat into my space here. We're going to come down onto the mat, onto our backs. It's still going to be one weight related. I'm going to bring my 8 and my 10. As always, you should bring your options with you. I'm going to put them right, we're going to come onto our back, right next to where your head is. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. Okay, so 4 exercises here as well. And like I said, I'm going to start with the 8. It's one weight, one arm themed, so to speak. Okay, so here I am on my back. I just grabbed my 8. Why don't we just for a moment hold the weight with both hands. So the hands have the weight. The weight is not really resting on the pelvis, although it kind of looks like it is, but I'm really holding most of the weight with my hands. And let's just take a few deep breaths here before we move. Let your neck feel nice and long. Belly breath. With your exhale, imagine you have the ability to stretch your own spine out, like you can stretch your sits bones in one direction and the crown of the head in the other. One more deep breath. Okay, so we're going to begin with the weight in the right hand. Arms straight up. Have a peek at your wrist. Knuckle is reaching up. Left arm is down. All right. I'm going to start by bringing my legs up into a tabletop position. The right arm is going to remain exactly where it is. The left arm is pressing down by my side. I'm going to scissor my legs and scissor my legs a little bit faster. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. Bring the legs down, bring the arm down, switch arms here, give the weight to your left arm, right arm by your side, left arm straight up, lots of energy through the wrist and the arm. Legs come back up. This time, one knee in, opposite leg out, and switch. Switch. Breathe. Neck is long. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, all the way down. Now, for this one, both hands will hold on, each to the sides of the weight. Feet down for this first part. Bring the chin to the throat. Curl up, and then come right back down. And right back down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold here. Both arms will stay up for now. Both legs will come up, knees together, feet together. Knees right as your arms stay still, and then come back to the center. So this is not a huge range of motion. And then the knees go to the left. And come back to the center. The lower half of the body rotates as the arms and the upper half of the body stay still. See if you can keep your shoulder blades down. Maybe soften the elbows a little bit. Maybe not. 3 more sets. 3, 2, 1, and 1. Woo! Come all the way down. Now you can put the weight right on your pelvis. Bring your feet closer to your tush, and then press the hips up into the weight, up towards the ceiling. Let's do 8 more here. Really drive the heels down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come all the way down. Okay? Walk your feet back and just bring the weight towards the center of the body. Transfer it to one of your hands and then roll to the side to put it down. I always want to be careful of the shoulders when we're picking up these little bit heavier weights. I prefer to pick it up with 2 hands, bring it to my center, and roll back onto my back. I think that's like the safest thing for the shoulder, okay? So we're gonna go through these exercises again. Now I have my 10, and I'm gonna extend my right arm up towards the ceiling. There's no reason you even need to hold a weight in your hand, okay? You can still do the exercise without holding a weight or without it being too heavy. Legs are gonna come all the way up, and we're scissoring the legs. One stays up and the other one goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. All the way down, bend your elbow, and we switch over to the opposite arm. Right arm is down, left arm stays, legs return. Now we do one leg in, opposite leg extend. 2, 3. Left arm is really straight and energized. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. All the way down. Take a nice deep breath. This one's a little different. This is the holding on with both hands, arm to the ceiling. Last time we kept the feet down. This time we're going to bring the legs up. Okay? You can do either one. Feet together, knees together. And back down. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All the way down. Take a nice deep breath. Let's try something else this time. Come back to bringing your right hand, the weight into the right hand with the right arm up. Bring your left arm down by your side, just like we did for the first exercise. We're coming back to our knees side to side exercise. We're just going to keep one arm up for this. Knees to the right, knees to the left, knees right, and left. Try and keep your knees over your belly button instead of directly over the hip crease. 3 more. 3. Weight is center. 3, 2. 1 more each way. And then lower down. Switch hands, left arm up, right arm down. Take a nice deep breath here for a minute. Inhale, exhale. Just hold here and really push this weight up towards the ground. Keeping your neck, your head and neck down, we're going to bring the legs back up again. Relax the bottom half of the leg down. Inhale, lower both heels. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, down. Just 4 more. And 3. And 2. Last one. Okay, bring your weight into both hands and onto your pelvis. And we're going to press the hips towards the ceiling again. Exhale to come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and come all the way down and pause. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so we're going to go through this whole thing one more time. I'm coming back to holding on to this weight with my right hand, left arm down by my side, pressing down into the mat with the left arm. Both find that deep belly connection. Both legs come up and we scissor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 1. All the way down, bring the arm down, switch to the opposite. Left arm up, right arm down. Bend your knees. 1 in, 1 out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 10. All the way down. I'm coming into holding on to both sides with both hands. Both arms stay up. Our first set was just the head curl. You can always go back and do that. Second set was legs up. I'm going to keep my legs up. We're going to add a little bit to this one as well. Here's how it goes. Chin to your chest, curl up. When you go down, bend your arms, come behind your head and re-extend. We're going to add that little tricep move. And up. And back. Up. And back. Up. And back. 5 more. 4. 3. 1 more. Bring the legs down. We're skipping that rotation one, and I'm just going to bring the weight right to the pelvis for our last bridge set here. Feet a little bit wider than the hips, toes a little bit wider, and press up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and all the way down. Okay, I'm going to carefully bring the weight into my chest, roll to my side, and put the weight down. We're just going to do a quick stretch here. Come back onto your back. Cross. I'm going to cross first my left foot over my right thigh, hands behind the right leg, and give it a stretch. And breathe. One more breath here. And then switch. Right foot over the left thigh. Ooh, this side is really tight for me. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Breathe. Breathe, Stacy. One more exhale here. And then we bring the legs down. And a quick little side to side here. Bring the knees off to the left and look to the right. One more deep breath here. And over to the other side. One more deep breath here. And then roll to the side. Come on up. We're coming to the hands and knees, okay? I'm going to continue to use these larger weights, and we're going to do the whole one at a time thing again. I think I'm going to keep the mat just right here. Come to your hands and knees on your mat, like this. Toes forward. Stick the tush out, lean your hips back just to give the feet a little bit more of a stretch. You can even sit back and just give yourself a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale. Okay. And then I'm going to come back here. So I'm going to grab the 8 at first, put it right in between my two hands. Curl the toes forward, push down through the palms of the hands. Little bit of a combo thing here. We're going to keep the hands actually a little bit more narrow than the shoulders. Let's practice first pushing down through the right arm, picking up the weight with the left hand so the elbow comes right by your side. No higher. We're not bringing the elbow up as high as we can. Literally feel it right next to the ribs, put the weight down and switch to the other side. Okay, so the spine gets to stay neutral and supported by the abdominals. 4 more. 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Put that weight down. Okay, now you continue to do it just like this, or you can take it up a notch by bringing yourself into a modified plank. I'm going to send my knees back, feet together. Same exercise, except for now I have less support because my knees are back a bit. Adjust your knees until you feel comfortable. You know what I kind of want to do here is fold my mat so I have more padding under my knees. That sounds like a nice thing to do today, okay? Okay, so same exercise. That feels a lot better. When you pick up that weight, make sure the other hand is under your chest. And switch. Three more sets after this one. And 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. Come all the way in front of you with the weight and just put it off the mat. Lower yourself down onto your belly. Make sure the weight is out of the way. We do not need it at the moment. I'm just keeping my mat folded in half because it doesn't bother me. And I'm going to rest my head right on my hands. Legs are nice and long. 3 deep belly breaths. Breathe into your back and your ribs and your belly. And guess what? Same opportunity to get longer from the sits bones or the toes to the crown of the head. Try to find that when you exhale. And inhale. One more. Shoulders away from those ears. Okay, let's slide the arms out to the sides like you're an airplane, straight out to the sides. Pull the arms down a little bit so they're just below the line of the shoulders. And we're going to lift away from the floor with the arms, the head, neck, and chest. And then lower down. And lift. And lower down. So I'm not lifting my legs right now. But when I lift my upper body, the legs feel lighter and longer. And lower down. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then hands underneath the shoulders. Come back up to the hands and knees. Back to the hands and knees. And I'm going to do one more set of my modified plank, picking up the weight one hand at a time. I'm going to try the 10, number 1. Number 2, if you want to gravitate into a real plank and move through this exercise, you have my blessing. Or maybe you're even just continuing to keep the knees under the hips. It's up to you. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Four more sets. One more each way. Woo! I'm going to sit back and take a breath here. Okay, coming back onto the belly one more time. And I'm going to carefully move the weight off to the side and lower myself down. This time, hands are going to stay as wide as the shoulders, slightly in front of the shoulders. As you can see, my elbows are kind of pulled in a bit. And we're going to practice some gentle press up extension for the spine moves here. In this particular move, I kind of want you to noodle around with where your hands are. This isn't right for everyone. This is just about mobility through the lumbar spine. So we're doing the opposite from what we're gonna do all day long, which is rounding forward. Let's just do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and come all the way down. Okay, I'm going to come onto my right side here. I want to do a thigh stretch with y'all, so come onto our side. I'm on my right. I have my head on my arm. I'm going to keep my bottom knee a little bit bent, and I'm going to reach my top hand around to my left foot. So this becomes a stretch for the left thigh, the left hip flexor, the left knee. We're going to play around with this a little bit. First, I'd like to say if you can't get your hand up to your foot to catch it, if you have a magic circle, you can use your magic circle here. If you have a yoga strap or a circular band, those are all good things to use as well, all right? We're going to try to keep the top leg like this, but lean the top hip forward a little bit. I just want you to see how this stretch changes depending on where you're lying. When I lean myself forward a little bit and bring my leg further back, hip forward, leg back, this deepens the stretch. When I lean my top hip back a little bit and pull the foot towards my tushy, it feels different still. I can't begin to assume how this feels for you. But what I'd like to encourage you to do is move around a little bit. And notice that when you change how you are, it changes how the thing feels. Okay? This is a great stretch for the knee for some of you. All right, so keep adjusting until you find the feeling that you would like to feel. This is a great stretch through the hip for me, the quad, all through the knee. And I'm just going to hold here for one more deep breath. I'm kind of rocking forward and back here. Ooh. And then I'm going to release that and just let it rest for a second. That was kind of intense, but good. And then we can come to the other side. I'm just going to flip myself over. And again, I'm going to soften my bottom knee, top hand back. Maybe this side is going to be different. Who knows? And I'm just going to continue to come forward and back again until I feel the stretch that I want to feel. For me, top hip forward and then more deeply pulling the leg behind me feels kind of great. And the more I move around, the more the stretch changes. And then I'm going to carefully release and just let it sit there for a second. And then I'm going to make my way up to sit. Let's do just a little bit of another hip stretch here. This whole Z sit situation, my feet are off to the left. I'm going to bring my left hand to my left ankle and right arm up. So this is the mermaid stretch. As you stretch over, relax your left shoulder, and then you can rotate towards the left leg, reaching long through the right arm, and then return really nice and tall. Okay, sit up. And again, as you stretch over, relax that left shoulder, rotate and reach. Beautiful rib opener here. Let your head relax a little. And we'll do this one more time. Deep breath. And then I'm just going to bring my right arm down and stretch my left arm over. And we'll return. I'm going to bring the legs over to the left. Hold on to my right ankle. This hip is a lot tighter for me. Sit down into that right hip and then come on up with the arm. Relax your right shoulder. My goodness. You can rotate, look down towards your bottom foot. And then come up. And we'll do it again. Rotate and reach. Relax your right arm. Relax your chin toward your throat a little bit. One more. Sit tall. And stretch. And then come all the way up. Okay, I'm going to come up to stand through a down dog here, I think. So I'm going to undo my mat and press up. Try and let the shoulders slide away from the ears, the head be heavy. And we'll soften our knees. I'm going to walk my hands back towards my feet. And fold. And then soften the knees, push down through the feet. Roll Have a fabulous day. Do all the things. Do all the things. Bye.